Can anybody find me somebody to love? Oh, hey, look, there's somebody. My sweetheart. My weenie Moshe Natasha. Hey, Boozhoo! Welcome back to Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, the podcast about OJIBWE language and culture too. How you doing? Hey, looks like Chris is here today. Hey, sweetie, Chris is here. Boozhoo, Chris! Hey, Boozhoo, welcome back to the show. And Papa Wagosh, Mino Giga Jabe. Papa Wagosh is here, sweetie. Boozhoo, Papa! Boozhoo, Papa. And yeah, welcome back to the show. Welcome to the live stream Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo podcast. The early morning live stream podcast dedicated explicitly to study and research of the Ojibwe language and culture of the Anishinaabe people. That's what they call the Indians, huh, sweetie? What are you talking about? I don't know. I'm in a weird mood. How you doing, guys? Like we only talk about Ojibwe language and stuff. Like we're just serious here, talking about conspiracies and Joe Biden. But to get the show rolling anyway, let's talk about Iska Gamazake Jesus, the maple sap boiling moon. The maple sap boiling moon refers to April. In the Anishinaabe language, Ojibwe Moen, as they say, we call April the maple sap boiling moon, because this is the time of year where people go out to the sugar bush and they harvest the maple syrup, I guess. This is the sort of thing that it makes for a great field trip. So a lot of schools, they'll gather up the kids to go out into the woods and see how real maple syrup is made. They do it every spring, every April, you know. But, and I know some people who do this still, but it's not really that big of a deal, you know. A lot of people who aren't from Minnesota and don't really know Indian people, I think there's a lot more attention put on, you know, maple syrup than I mean, I'm just saying, I've never we're not that big. It's not that big of a deal what we put on our pancakes. Wild rice is a much bigger thing in Indian country, you know. There's a much richer tradition and more people involve themselves in harvesting wild rice than bottling up syrup. But in any case, we call this time of year Iska Gamazake Jesus, maple sap boiling moon. And, you know, part of me was kind of like, oh, I should do a whole show on, you know, the history and culture around, you know, you just stick a thing in a tree and the sap comes down and you got to boil it up and turn it into syrup. And then you pour it on your pancakes and then you get fat. All right? This is the story of how the Anishinaabe came to recognize how sacred pancakes were. Iska Gamazake Jesus, the maple sap boiling moon, April. And then of course they call every month a moon, because every month the moon goes through its phases. The Dibik Jesus. But, huh, sweetie? Yep, I suppose so, huh? Yep. In any case, so let's see. How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. You got any big plans for today? You're gonna take on the world? Well, I thought maybe I would wait till we got the mail, and then go to the bank, and then do we need any groceries? No, I picked up some yesterday. And then, just do some work at the bank. Okay. Oh, yeah, so it's April. That also means it's tax time. Unless, of course, you're like, got a lot of dependents. Unless you're a single mom, then tax time's January. But deadline for your taxes are usually April 15th. And so today, I would like to tell the story of how the tax time came to be. No, I don't know. Okay, hey, la, la, la. Hey, okay. Should we look at a cartoon? This is a Michael Lyons cartoon. He's got some boys on a drum. Dewey gun. It's a drum. And they're saying here, let me make myself little. We're all about art on the show here. So you got some guys singing on a drum. They're saying, way hey ya, way ya, way ya, way yo. And in English, that translates to, someone left a cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no! Nah. Remember that song? What a silly... Someone left a cake out in the rain. Well, that'll ruin a cake. I've never heard of that happening. I'm not sure what was it, an outdoor wedding maybe? And it took so long to make it. Well, okay, sorry. I guess it was a wedding cake. I bet you that song was about a wedding that got rained out. Anyway, in the Ojibwe way, sometimes we just sing, way-ya, way-ya. Way-da, hey-ya, way-da, hey-ya, Yahweh-ho, way-oh. So I think Michael was trying to do that. And the woodland creature is singing. And then, what else we got here? It looks like an otter dancing with a medicine wheel. Oh, art. I mean, it's no Van Gogh, but maybe we're something. Hey, sweetie. Yeah? You got a phone call? Oh, I do? What line? It'd be line 2. Okay, line 2. Caller, welcome to the Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo podcast. You're on the air. Oh, wow, are you ever on the air? Hello. Hold on a second. Let me shrink your picture. Let's just take a second. Holy man, is this David Bowie? Yes. Yes, Nanaboozhoo. This is David Bowie. Oh, wow. Hey, Boozhoo, welcome to the show. Why did I think you were passed away? Well, a few years ago, that was the story that we released, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, of course, I remember. It's been like 3 or 4 years now, huh? Yeah, that's right. So you didn't really die? No, of course not. Do you believe everything that you see on the internet? More or less. No, I staged my death, And then I moved. We all do it. All of us rock stars and whatnot. When we get to a certain age, we fake our deaths, and then we move to a land beyond Antarctica. Really? Yeah, that's right. Haven't you seen that on the internet? Okay, yeah. I've heard rumors that all these big-time celebrities, when they get to a certain age, and they're all part of like a secret organization, that they stage their deaths, like you and Prince and Michael Jackson and them, Elvis, that y'all move away to someplace beyond the ice wall. Yeah, that's right. Huh. Well, I gotta tell you, no, it's kind of a relief. I was happy to find out that Elvis wasn't really dead. Oh, yes. He was the first one, you know. He staged his death back in the 70s and then moved to this magical place where all of us rock stars retire. There's a fountain of youth that keeps you eternally youthful. And we hang out and we play music together. I was just jamming with Jimi Hendrix and Kurt Cobain this morning. Really? It's awfully early here. Yeah, well, time zones and stuff. We are on the other side of the Antarctic, what you think is Antarctica. Oh, wow. Well, that's great. I was always a big fan. Yes, I watch your show once in a while. Yeah. When I was a kid, I kind of graduated to David Bowie music. I started out listening to Elvis, and then I discovered Kiss. And then by the time I was 14 or so, I listened to David Bowie songs and just started researching, and collecting your old stuff and everything. You had a profound impact on my, my artwork and stuff. Oh, that makes me so happy to hear, Nanaboozhoo. Very, very happy. I always wanted to be a positive influence on the youth. Did you, though? No, I didn't really care. I was just trying to make some money. Yeah. So anyway, what can I do for you today, Mr. David Bowie? Well, I was wondering if I could teach the Ojibwe word of the day, as it were. Actually, we already have one. It's Iskagamazake Jesus. It means maple sap boiling moon, or April. Iskagamazake Jesus. Maple sap boiling moon. Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. That's what April means, and so we're kind of talking about April. All right, then. Well, in that case, I think I'll just say, I will see you again. Okay, you want to say that in Ojibwe? Yeah, sure. I will see you again. Giga min, minawa. Yeah, Giga min, minawa, David Bowie. So it's a relief to hear that you're you're still alive. Huh. Did you know that, sweetie? No, I thought he had passed away. Yeah. That's a relief. I wonder if it's disrespectful to make jokes about somebody like this when they're dead. I don't know. But we have another call you could ask. We have another call already? Yeah. All right, put him on. Hee hee hee. Oh, wow. I was just talking about you. Yeah, man, that's right. I was watching your show and I saw you had David Bowie on. It's great. Yeah. He was saying he didn't really die, that he staged his death. And I know I was talking to you the other day. You didn't really die either, huh? No, that's ignorant. I didn't die. How come everyone says I said What? I'm sorry. I'm on a lot of medication. No, I didn't die. I staged my death. Yeah. So, what's up with that? You guys have these weird, kind of mysterious funerals, and nobody can kind of conclusively say where you're buried. There shouldn't be so much mystery around a person's death. It should just be like, the coroner's report and whatever. So, but yeah, I was just talking to David Bowie. Turns out he's still alive. You think he'll ever release another album, Michael? Oh, I hope so. I love his music. Do you? No, not really. I don't listen to that. I kind of like I kind of like his early stuff. Yeah, like what did you like? I like the stuff from before Ziggy. Yeah, I listened to a lot of that too. Anyway, what can I do for you today, Mr. Jackson? Oh, I wanted to teach you Ojibwe word of the day. Yeah, look, we already have one. It's Iska Gamazage Jesus. It means maple sap boiling moon. No, that's ignorant. I want to teach you Ojibwe word of the day. No, I'm going to start putting my foot down here. You know, I know you celebrities, you like to call in and just, you know, you're not used to people saying no. So you think you can just run the show. But I have, you know, we don't just jump online and goof around. You know, we got a plan here. I'm trying to teach the Ojibwe language my way. You know? Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I'll just say, I'll see you again. Yeah, okay. You want to say that in Ojibwe? Yeah, okay. Gigawabamin, Manawa. Yeah, Gigawabamin, Manawa, Michael. Thanks for calling in. You're not going to let those guys teach their own Ojibwe word of the day? No, it's getting out of hand. I can't be teaching 20 Ojibwe words every day. Because then you don't teach any. You know. When Sesame Street did their thing, it was just, today's show is brought to you by the letter. They wouldn't even teach a word. They just teach a letter. The letter J. You know. And the number 4. You know. They would have one letter, one number, and they would focus on that. Today, kids, we're going to teach you to conceive of the number 4. And everything would be like 4. And then how about, what's his name? Pee Wee Herman? He had a word of the day. He'd have one word, and everyone would just freak out. Like, today's secret word is blender. And somebody come in and say, hey, can I borrow your blender? Ah, blender! And, you know, Pee Wee Herman was sort of interesting because that was actually a children's show where you got dumber the longer you watched it. There's always kind of a creepy vibe with Pee Wee Herman. There was something, and I was old by the time that show came out, but you knew it wasn't really for kids. And yeah, this show, I guess, is also not really for kids. But when all the scandal went down with Pee Wee Herman, whatever that guy's real name was, none of us were that surprised. We're like, yeah, I know, I never quite trusted that guy. You know, I didn't like his little suit. You know, whatever. He had too many movies. They were pushing him too hard. They were trying to make Pee Wee Herman, you know, loved by the masses. And then they took him down. And that was the last chapter of those kind of movie theaters. It was right before the internet took over. It was the downfall of Pee Wee Herman. Why am I talking about Pee Wee Herman? Let's see who's here today. Brandy Marie is here. Boozhoo, Brandy Marie. She says, Mino Giga Jabe. Good morning. Brandy's here, sweetie. Boozhoo, Brandy. And then there's Grieving Turtle. Boozhoo, Grieving Turtle. Mino Giga Jabe. Good morning. Do you have a cup of black medicine water? A cup of Makade Mashkiki Wabu? Grieving Turtle's here, sweetie. Boozhoo! So, yeah, we were just talking about the Iska Gamazage Jesus, the maple sap boiling moon. And if there's one thing that defines the Native American culture, it is not boiling sap. That thing's been, you know, talked about too much because lazy teachers want to have an excuse for a fun, you know, field trip. Come on, kids. Did you get your permission slips signed? We wanted to get permission from your parents. We're going to take you in the woods. And this old Indian guy is going to show you in real time how maple syrup is gathered. And you walk out in the woods, get your shoes all wet. It's freezing. Some old codger there. Some old geezer And he's like, yeah, you just kind of stick this thing here and watch it drip. And all the kids are being polite, but they know it's kind of anticlimactic. Like, wait, I thought we were meeting Mrs. Buttersworth. Like, no, she is a racist. No, Mrs. Buttersworth. We have finally done something meaningful to end racism. Is what that old Indian guy will say. He'll tell this story of the long tradition of how the African Chamokamans, how the Makade came to our country in chains and fought their way to freedom by the use of syrup. I don't know. Jiwa gummy is a gun. Jiwa gummy is a gun. Is syrup. Gum is a gay. Is like sap, you know. Jiwa gum is a gun. Syrup. Whoa, holy night. But future generations will not know that connection between the Anishinaabe and the Makade. How our people shared their skill at creating a sweet, syrupy goo to pour on your pancakes. You know, they say pancakes are a lot like love. When you first get them, they're all warm and sweet, and then after a while, it cools off, and you're just left with like a sticky mess, and you're sick of it. You're like, take it away. I'm just gonna finish my coffee. My hands are all sticky. I don't like it. I should have went with the eggs and the toast. Who are these people that are? I know we were in Country Kitchen the other day, huh, sweetie? That's right. And half the menu is just different ways to get your waffles. I guess people are walking into restaurants and saying, I'll take a waffle with some chicken on it. Go ahead and put some powdered sugar on the fried chicken, and then pour some maple syrup on that chicken with a dollop of Cool Whip and some strawberries. This will be my breakfast. You're gonna go, what? Why are you guys serving this? Is it a dessert? Is it a breakfast? And they've got like 10 different ways to eat waffles or pancakes. I don't really do pancakes, if I'm being honest. In theory, like I think the first 2 bites of pancakes are really good. When they're still warm and the butter is melted. But after that, it's too much. That's too much sugar. So, Papa Gosh says, Aunt Jemima, in Inagag, big you. Papa's throwing around some Ojibwe. I can't keep up. I don't know what that means, Papa Wagosh. I'm not that fluent. Sugar. Forgot what time is it. Boozhoo, you lovely people. Oh, it means sugar. Okay. Daniel Black. Back in black. Boozhoo, Daniel. How you doing, Niji? Daniel's there, sweetie. Boozhoo, Daniel. I'm just talking about how overrated syrup is. Pancakes in general. They sell it on us when we're kids because it's all sweet. And, but I don't know. I don't think it belongs in with the regular foods. I mean, fine, you can have like a hot fudge sundae. There's nothing wrong with a hot fudge sundae. It's a dessert. It's there's a lot wrong with it, but you would never go into a restaurant expecting them to make you one for breakfast. You should be embarrassed from doing that. But you can go in and order waffles with all kinds of whatever, and say, yeah, I'll have the coffee and this sugary contraption. One time, we went to where was it, Denny's for the Grand Slam breakfast. Oh, 2 eggs, 2 waffles, pancakes, toast, orange juice, milk. That's some smoke signals. The Grand Slam breakfast. Thomas goes out to the bridge, looking for a vision. All you're going to get out here is mugged. Daniel Black says, replace sugar with a most aggressive expletive. I was being nice. Oh, he was being nice. Sugar. Oh, I get what you're saying. Ah, sugar. Mother sugar. I forgot what time it was. I'm missing the show. Tomorrow we'll wait for you, Daniel. You get up whenever you're ready. You know. We shouldn't have started without him. That was rude. You know. In the Anishinaabe way, you wait for the latest person. Actually, that's probably not true. I think in the Anishinaabe way, when the buffalo's running, you go. When it's time to, when the fish are running, you go fishing. I don't know. Sometimes it's a good day to die, and sometimes it's a good day to have breakfast. That's right. Sometimes it's a good day to die. Some days it's a good day for pancakes. I don't know, man. It's weird, you know. Breakfast can be the most robotic, non-appreciated meal, you know, when you're just going through the motions. Okay, coffee, toast, put on my pants, get out of here, you know. Your breakfast is not that big of a deal. And at the same time, you don't look forward, and when you go out to breakfast in a restaurant, then it's like a celebration. Then you're having a feast with multiple courses, you know. Oh, I'll take the eggs with the side of bacon. On a different plate, I want some pancakes with some melting butter. Oh, and what kind of syrup? You have your choice. Bring out a whole array. I will choose at the last minute, you know. Multiple beverages. You make just a big deal out of it. You don't even begrudge that they're charging you $4 for a chicken's egg. You know. You could buy a whole carton of eggs for $1, but whatever. But I love breakfast. You know. I hope we don't lose. I think we have. In this modern age of the COVID lockdown. When I was growing up, you could count on cafes to have old elders in them. Really early. You know. Normal people would be getting up at 7 o'clock and there'd already be a full restaurant full of elders in there. Already finished their breakfast, talking with each other. You know, laughing, reading the paper, smoking cigarettes. But I remember after Little League, we'd go into the cafe. You know, all of us little kids, and it'd be filled with elders. I think they were elders. They seemed like elders to us because we were young. Just hanging out in a cafe, telling stories. But now, I heard once that McDonald's is a popular place for elders to gather. Because they have nice bathrooms, and they keep it clean, and they have good coffee. You know, it doesn't have the same kind of rustic appeal of the old greasy spoon breakfast nook, you know. But I always wanted to be an elder who would get up and meet my friends at a greasy spoon cafe. And walk in and like, I'd know the waitress by first name. Florence? She says, you want the Israel sugar? I'm like, yeah. And she'd bring my coffee and the things I like. And then I would kid with the other elders. Oh, can you believe it? We finally have a transgendered president. There's a win for the future. Yeah. Oh, you know how yesterday we were talking about women in sports? I still can't remember her name, but I guess that lady, she was a soccer player. The one who's going off about, how come I'm not being paid as much as the men's? And she's still like way overpaid. She plays soccer. And I guess her team, who won the first place soccer match of the world, played a boys team of 14-year-old boys and lost. And she wants to be paid the same as, LeBron James or somebody. I'm like, lady, you need to get up early and go get some eggs at the cafe. It's over. It's over, Johnny. Nothing's over. It's over. Sweetie? Yeah? You got another call? Oh, what? All right. Let's see. I got another call. On line 2? Yep, line 2. All right, caller. Welcome to Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo. You're on the air. Hey, yo, what's going on? Hey, Sly Stallone. How you doing, Nietzsche? Oh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I wanted to call in and tell you how much I appreciate what you're doing here on the Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo podcast. It's all right. Oh, thanks a lot, man. Talking about heroes. I can't believe it. First David Bowie and now Sylvester Stallone. What can I do for you today, Sly? Oh, I just wanted to call and give you some advice. You want to give me advice at 6:39 in the morning? Yeah, I mean, you or me or nobody, life's going to hit you harder than anything. Yeah, I know. It's going to hit me and knock me to my knees and keep me there if I'm not careful. Yeah, can I get on with it? No, it's just that you always say the same thing. You call in and then you're like, oh, that's how winning's done. Well, it's just trying to be helpful. Okay, I guess you already know it all. No, I'm sorry. You're right. Go on. No, forget it. I thought I would call in, maybe give you a little inspiration, and you could go on. But I see I've already, I guess I've imparted all the wisdom I'm going to impart, so maybe I should just go. No, I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't have cut you off like that. Go ahead. I want to hear it. Well, I don't care. Life is going to hit harder than you or me, and it's going to get you to your knees if you let it. Yeah, huh? And I don't. Okay, I can't do it. What do you mean? I'm out of the flow. I don't forget about it. Yeah, okay. Well, what can I do for you otherwise? I was wondering if I could teach the OJIBWE word of the day. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but just like I was telling the other guys, we already got one. It's Iska Gamaza Gay Jesus. It means sap boiling moon. Oh, that's right, sap boiling. Iska Gamaza Gay Jesus. Oh, that's a good word. It's a really good word. Yeah, it means April. Oh, April, that's all right. That reminds me of one time I was fighting Apollo Creed, and I went to distance with Apollo Creed. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah, it was a really tough fight, and I was really afraid. But I got my courage, and I went running, and I got a big glass of eggs, and I drank that big glass of eggs, and then I went out running, and I got in really good shape. And so when I fought Apollo Creed. Yeah, I remember that. Did you win? Well, no. But I went to distance, so I won in a way. Yeah, but you still, in spite of all the eggs, he still won, right? Oh, yeah, you won that time. But then in Rocky 2, I won. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember all the movies I was in. Yeah, I think I was just quoting Rambo. That was a good one. Yeah, it ain't over. Nothing's over! Yeah, I came back from the war! Those people say this disgusting stuff. I did draw first blood! They drew first blood! Yeah, they sure did. Yeah, so... Anyway, just wanted to call in and say you're doing a great job. And that's all I wanted to say. All right. Well, thanks so much for calling in, man. I'm going to talk to you later. All right. Hey, Gigo Abamin, Minowa. Yeah, Gigo Abamin, Minowa, Rocky. I mean, Sly. Yeah, forget about it. Hold on a sec. Okay. Stallone is not a VIP? Wait, where am I? Brandy Marie says his lips isn't moving this time around. Yeah, what happened? Last time his lips actually moved. I guess he was I just slapped up a picture this time. That was so stupid. I loved it when that happened. I get the feeling that Boozhoo and Sly go way back. Yeah, we do. We go back to Philadelphia. I remember. I remember when we used to sit. La-di-da-di-da-di-dum-dum-dum. Sweetie, do you want to come up here and say hello to the Boozhoo crew? Sure. You guys want to say hello to Natasha? All right. Well, sweetie, before I leave, I want to say, miigwech, pizindawieg. Thank you for listening to me, even though I didn't really say anything very valuable. I think I just sort of dissed syrup. And, but I hope you have a wonderful Nijo Gija Good, the 4th day. Nijo, no, that's the 2nd day. Nano Gija Good, Nijo Gija Good. Aptuse is Wednesday. Niswa Gija Good, the 4th day. I don't remember how to say Thursday. But it's great to see you guys. And I will see you again. Kikawabamin Minawa. All right, sweetie. Can you beam me away? Just into the ether? I need to relax. Yeah, okay. 1 to beam away. I'm coming over, everybody. Let me just get my stuff together here. Sunny day, la la la. Okay. On my way. Oh, let me pick that up. All right, I'm going to come over. Just a couple of steps away. But let me put on my headset. No. And I'm going to put on my glasses. And then, where's my coffee? Where's my makane mashkiki wabu? Oh, it's right here. I was holding it. I can't believe it. Sometimes I think I would lose my head if it wasn't attached. No. Anyway, okay. I'm getting up. I'm standing up. And I'm going to walk over to where the camera's set up. Here I go. Oh, you know what would save a lot of time? Rather than just walking over there? I can teleport myself. And thereby saving so much time. I can't believe I didn't think of this. All right. Teleporting in 3, 2, 1. Teleportation. Boozhoo! How you doing? Oh, so good to be back. All right. Enough goofing around. Let's take down this cartoon. Boozhoo! It's me, Natasha. Natasha Nandisha Nakaz. And picking up from where we left off yesterday, Lil Nas X. For everything that you might be offended by him. I think the thing that really bothers me the most is, once again, these people naming themselves ridiculous names. I blame you, Prince. And that was really his name. But quit giving yourself new names. It's stupid. Oh, look at me. I'm Lil Nas X. Huh? So in the Ojibwe language, when we say our names, like Natasha Nandisha Nakaz, it directly translates to Natasha is what I'm called. We don't say I am called. I wouldn't say my name is Natasha or I call myself Natasha. Other people give you your name. You know? baby doesn't come out and say, call me Harold. You know, your mom or your dad or your or your somebody else. In the Indian way, you know, a lot of people can name. You can get a new name, but you don't just make it up yourself. Oh, call me Lil Nas X. You know? Because people have jumped the shark. I identify as Lil Nas X. Oh, good for you. I'm not calling you that. You know? From now on, the go-to thing, if somebody says, oh no, from now on, call me, you know, you say no. What's on your birth certificate? What's your grandma call you? You know, that's what I'll call you. Oh. I say this, and we all have like fake names on our on our YouTube stuff. But, you know, Lil Nas X, what a dumb thing to call yourself. You should never call yourself Lil anything. Well, you can't. You can't be bothered spelling the word little. Oh, I'm Little John. Lil. It's like the kids in the hall. Remember those guys? They're all in their 60s now. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the kids in the hall. And a bunch of old men come walking out. Hi. We're the kids in the hall. It's like, no, you're the old men on the stage. I don't know. Papa Wagosh. Boozhoo, Papa Wagosh. So nice to see you. Speaking of old men. No, just kidding. Daniel Black. Lil Nas X popped up on my YouTube yesterday. Funny that. That's how people in Scotland call it. See, funny that. Even though I know you're Canadian. How old are the new kids on the block? Yeah. The new kids on the... Where are the new kids? Call me Marky Mark. All right. Everyone did for a while, and then he went back to, oh, I'm Mark Wahlberg. I'm a serious actor. Nope, too late. You called yourself Marky Mark of the new kids, thinking you were going to be young forever. You know? It's like even Robin, the boy wonder. When he grew up, he quit being that superhero. He was like, nope, call me Nightwing. I'm not the boy wonder Robin anymore. You're going to need a boy and wonder about that. Boy wonder. Boy, do I wonder what's going on in that bat cave. With that creepy old Bruce Wayne and his parade of children that come in through that mansion. Yikes, I don't know what's going on there. Jessica says, Natasha, it's April Fool's Day. Oh, that's right. It's April Fool's Day. We should have done an April Fool's joke. You should have totally played Frank on Nanaboozhoo. I didn't even think of that. Doggone it. I missed an opportunity. Okay, is it too late? Ladies and gentlemen, it's with a heavy heart we come today to tell you that Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo has been canceled. Our YouTube account has been suspended indefinitely. I would like to go on record to say that the Earth is, in fact, a spinning globe. There is no God. And evolution is real. Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, David Bowie are all dead, for real. Let's see what else. Bigfoot is not real. White people invented everything and built everything in America. And, what else? I need to go back on every controversial thing I've ever said. Caitlyn Jenner is and always has been a beautiful, stunning, brave woman. And, I wish I was as pretty as Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner was the first woman to, win the Olympics. Or whatever. Where else could I go with this? The 80s weren't really that great of a decade. Michael's grandma's not really, awesome. Boarding schools weren't that bad. It's all right. So, having said that, April Fools! Just kidding. I don't believe any of that. April Fools, you fool! How could you believe that? Iska Gamazagagizis. That doesn't mean maple sap boiling moon. That's April Fools. What that means is, Michelle Obama is a man. No, just kidding. Hoka hey, la la la. But it's always on the back of your mind that YouTube can just one day cancel you. And I guess everybody who's ever done anything, broadcast anything, lives. You know. I mean, even Little House on the Prairie probably looked at their ratings every week and said, oh, I hope they don't cancel our show. We want to tell stories about the Ingalls family. What happens to Charles Ingalls in the end? Well, he dies. I wonder whatever happened to the Ingalls family, honestly. They should have a reunion show just to get us caught up. You know, where the Ingalls girls are middle-aged ladies. Pa Ingalls is in a home. You know. Nellie. Hoka hey. La la la. There was an interview with one of the girls from Little House on the Prairie. Not Melissa Sue Gilbert or whatever. Not the main, not Laura, but one of the other actresses. And she was talking about how she and Michael Landon would have creative differences. And I'm like, what? You had creative differences with Michael Landon on the set of Little House on the Prairie. And you're, like, you played his daughter. You think we believe that the little kids on Little House on the Prairie were like in a writer's room with Little Joe? The guy, Michael Landon. You know, like, Michael Landon was one of the most famous actors in the world by the time Little House on the Prairie came on because of Bonanza and I was a teenage mutant. No, I was a teenage werewolf. So she comes out now, long after he said, oh yeah, we used to fight about creative differences. Like, shut up. You were a child actress. You didn't know what was going on. You know? You were back in a trailer experimenting with cocaine when Michael Landon and the writers were creating that show. So, I don't know. Happy New Year, Weasley. Happy New Year. Mazel tov, says Jessica. Daniel Black says, the Ingalls girls were kidnapped by the natives and led a full life. Yeah, that's what we should do. We should remake the Little House on the Prairie. What happens? Where all the Indians come and abduct the Ingalls women, make them their wives. They just go native. Yeah. Have a bunch of mixed blood kids on the res. Yeah. Oh, my great grandma, she was an Ojibwe princess. And her dad was Charles Ingalls. And the Sioux people came in one day and raided the little house. All right. Well, I don't know. Little House on the Prairie. Couldn't go a whole show without bringing up some obscure thing from our childhood, you know, that nobody cares about anymore. You know. Tomorrow we're going to get to the bottom of Chips, the California Highway Patrol TV show with Eric Estrada as Pancho Poncherello. Punch. They're going to cancel him next. That's a stereotype of cool Mexican bike cops. Punch. And that word went on to mean what you have now, a punch. Oh, cut it out. Anyway. Having said that, happy April Fool's Day. Iska Gamasagay Geisha good. No, it's not. Jesus. Iska Gamasagay Jesus. It is the maple sap boiling moon. April. Get your taxes done already. Michael. Alright. I'm going to Mahjong. I'm going to go. I want to say me gwetch visit Dawayag. Thank you for listening. Oh, actually, I do have news. We got a little message from Ramona Mar? I forget her last name now. But a lady from a TV show called like Indian Country Today or Native News or anyway, Almanac North, I think it's called. And she asked if they could play one of our episodes on their show. And we were like, yeah, for sure, go ahead. No, you don't have to pay us for that. She's like, oh, we'll give you credit. Because I guess they were interviewing old Heidi Holton. Heidi Holton, for anybody outside of Minnesota here. She's a radio personality for KAXE, KBXE. And every week, Nanaboozhoo and I doing a Ojibwe word of the day on the radio. And so she was being interviewed on the show and she brought us up. So thank you, Heidi. And they started talking about the Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo podcast. And so now they want to put it on the TV show. So April 2nd, Almanac North on public television or something. I'll get the details, and if I can, I'll share it here. We're going to be on the television. We're going to be on the TV. All right. Well, hey, me quetch gonna wabi egg. Thank you for watching. Boozhoo Nanaboozhoo, Neeman Waydum, Omanungum. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minowa. Minowa. La 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 la.